The offense has struggled. A lot of people are going to focus on him. I would assume you think it goes just beyond him.
Well, there's no question it goes beyond him. I mean, I kept him in there. Excuse me, I kept him in there in the fourth quarter because I felt he deserved to be in there. And when we went forward on that fourth down, and after I called timeout, I wanted to leave him in there because it wasn't. He didn't play the best, but a lot of other guys didn't either. I mean, to me, this game. Early in the game, we for whatever reason, we weren't ready to play. We didn't come out and play like I thought we were going to go play, and I thought we were going to come out on defense and play better than we did, and we didn't do that. And then when you turn it over 3 times, you drop a snap and you fumble going in. Then you throw an interception, so you're three turnovers in the first half, and right now, offensively, for us to come back like that is very, very difficult. But we didn't get any turnovers. Just the opposite of what happened. But to answer your question, it's not all on Danny, but we all got to play better. I mean, everybody's got to play better.
Is the difficulty coming back just because you're not very explosive offensively? It doesn't seem like you can make a lot of big plays.
Well, we didn't have Kyle. Kyle was hurt. I mean, he came in and played a little bit, and that hurt us a little bit. But those are all freaking excuses. We didn't execute like we need to. And we've got some guys that can make some plays, and we had some opportunities to make some plays, and just didn't do it. When the game was in touch, we had opportunities going down in there, and we didn't make a throw, we didn't make a catch, or whatever the case may be in the third quarter there when we scored, and then we had opportunities to get it to within 4, I think, or something like that, and we had the ball down in there, and just couldn't make a play, couldn't get it into the end zone. So I'll have to look at the tape. I mean, that's a lot of things. I do know for sure that in that first half or the first quarter, we came out and they were ready to play and we weren't, and so. That's a issue that I have to look at. Excuse me.
You mentioned your defense not getting turnovers, and they gave up some big plays as well, especially in the first half. What did you see out of your defense tonight?
Well, we didn't play like we've been playing, and they made some big plays on us, and they ran the football. I mean, we were undisciplined. We had penalties that we normally haven't had. We had a couple penalties. I'll look on the tape on those roughing calls, but. We didn't play with enthusiasm and fire that we played with on defense. And, football is a game of being ready to play. And if you're not ready to play and you get behind the 8 ball, you're going to get beat. And that's exactly what happened. And I give Oregon State credit. They came out and did what they had to do to win and did an excellent job of coaching. And their players played and didn't make any mental mistakes.
Coach, it seems like wherever you have in the slot, they're getting a lot of catches. And on the outside, you're not having as much success. Do you attribute that to something that?
Well, what's happening to us is that people are playing cover 8, cover 2, so they're playing 4 across, and they're not giving us anything in the middle. And we had a couple opportunities that we missed, but we're not getting that. So they're giving us some of the outside stuff, and we're not getting the ball deep outside like we need to. And the other thing that happened to us as I look at it now. We fell behind, so, we got away from our run game a little bit because we weren't running the ball too bad, and that's kind of how we are, and then we fell behind, and, we ended up throwing it way more than we want to.
Dennis, you worried about his confidence at this point? He's had 2 games in a row he's kind of struggled, and fans are chanting for Brock during the game.
Yeah, I think Danny's, that's hard, but that's the territory. If you're going to play that position, that's the territory, unfortunately, and so you deal with it and you get better.
Do you worry about him losing his team? He's the leader and the quarterback and a senior.
Do I worry about it? I think it's a little early to worry about that. This was just our 4th game, and we've got a lot of games left, so I don't see that. I think everybody on our team better look at themselves first before they look at somebody else. That's what we need to do. Everybody better look at how they played. Don't worry about how somebody else played. So, but to answer your question, no.
Do you worry about, and maybe this isn't a good example, but the fans and the boos and the yells for Brock, do you worry about losing your fan base?
I obviously can't concern myself with that. I got to concern myself to do the best we can to try to win football games however it is.
Did you consider making a change at halftime at all?
Not at halftime because we were in the game. Then we went right down and scored. So, we went down and scored and moved the football pretty good. So, I didn't think a need to make a change at that time. But, again, that's a position that you either go, it's either glory or not glory.
The injuries on the offensive line, how do you think they did tonight?
It's hard to say. I thought he had time to throw the football. Again, like I said, we abandoned the running game, and we ran it pretty good at times early. And for us to win games, we've got to be able to run it. We can't depend on throwing the ball however many times we threw it.
Did you sense at all during the week that something might happen?
No.
Not start fast?
In all the years I've been coaching, I've had this happen, unfortunately, a lot of times, and so has probably every other coach. But I don't think you ever see it coming. I don't think you do. And if you do, it's pretty hard to turn around. They've got to do that themselves. That's up to them. You can say whatever you want and scream and yell and do all that stuff, and I've done it all. But they've got to get ready themselves as a team, and for some reason we weren't ready.
Did you speak with Danny at all after the game?
Yeah, sure.
What
Yeah.
did he say at all?
Just said hang in there. We'll look at it tomorrow.
How much of your guy going forward, Dennis? Do you know that for certain, that he's your quarterback going forward?
We've got to evaluate it and see where we're at. My gut feeling is, yeah, he will be for the Washington State game, but I'm not afraid to. Again, it's easy for all of us to sit here and blame it on him, and I got to look at the tape to see some of the other things that happened. We'll do, as I said earlier, we're going to do whatever it takes for us to win, and I've got to evaluate that because I owe it to everybody in this team.
Even though Kyle was in and out, how much did it hurt you having him limited?
Yeah, he was out more than he was in. He pulled a hamstring Thursday, and that hurt you. We were, our plan was to get in a little bit more four wides, and we did, and so it kind of limited a little bit of that. But that's, they just beat us. It had nothing to do with who played. They just beat us.
And that kind of opened the door for Chris to have the type of day that he did.
Yeah, Chris, pretty hard to argue with his performance. He'd been like that all along anyway. So it's just, it's very frustrating for all of us, players and coaches and fans, to come out and play like this. That's just frustrating.
Are you guys getting enough pressure defensively?
Depends on the week.
Right now?
Well, we did. We did in the first couple, 3 games. Just, obviously, we didn't tonight. There's a lot of things we did defensively tonight that we hadn't done before. So that's credit to Oregon State. I'm not. They're the ones that deserve the credit.
Can you talk about the penalties a little more and how much that set you back?
That set us back. A couple of those roughing. I'll have to look at those. I'm not sure. There was a couple different calls. It's hard to evaluate. But to answer your question, yeah, they set you back anytime you have penalties like that.
Do you have any injuries tonight at all?
Jeff, I don't know the way we played. I don't know if it would get anybody hurt, to be honest with you.